The main threats that wild bee species face at the moment are habitat loss, pesticides, disease, farming practices, pollution, and invasive plant and animal species. Yes, I got a little cheat sheet. It somewhat depends on the species, but most bees are at least somewhat territorial, so they're not likely to intrude on what they perceive to be another bee species' territory. For example, honeybees. Honeybees currently take up a lot of territory because we use them as an agricultural animal. And this prevents wild bee species from pollinating wild plants because honeybees don't pollinate everything and neither does one particular wild bee species. It varies. That's why we need a variety of population to maintain a variety of plant life, to maintain our living standards as we know them today. Now, you may have heard me before about how honeybees are often invasive species in many countries, for example in America. That doesn't need to be the case for it to be a problem, because even in my country, the Netherlands, where the honeybee came from originally, the Western honeybee, we have thrown the populations out of control because we have so many. The other ones don't stand a chance. And, of course, when we have an agricultural animal, we try to make sure that they don't die from illness. We give them antibiotics. We give them medicine if they need it. We essentially have this super species of bee that doesn't do quite as well with the rest of the populations. So essentially what we've done is we've taken one bee species and we have given them superpowers and protection and have made a huge army of them. Consequentially, a lot of native other pollinators are forced out of the area and no longer pollinate the plants that they need to. Then there is the issue of diseases. It is not uncommon for us to read a news article about how honeybees are dying because of illnesses and infections and all of that, and that is a problem in and of itself. But another issue is that if we have a large population of bees, as we may all have learned during the pandemic, if you have a large, densely populated area, disease spreads fast. That counts doubly so if these honeybee species are taken into a truck, for example, for pollination purposes, and then they get to interact with other hives and so spread the disease, and they get to interact with a variety of wildlife.